All right, everybody. Well, today we're going to be going over a brief overview of the Rocky Mounts Hooligan bicycle lock. Okay, so the Hooligan bicycle lock by Rocky Mounts, a Colorado company, as they say right there. As a brief overview, basically what we have here is obviously a bicycle lock. It is the style that has a heavy duty, I don't want to call that ripstop, but a heavy duty fabric covering basically over a chain. That's what's underneath there. Is basically just a standard chain. This is they consider this a level 6 as far as security goes. It is 40 inches long, and this beast weighs in at 2 pounds 13.4 ounces. So this is not for your ultralight excursion. This thing is an absolute beast as far as weight goes. It comes with 3 keys. It also comes with a little metal tag that has your key code on it, so that you can get your keys replaced, I guess, if you lose one of them. But it comes with 3 keys, so hopefully you won't lose all 3 of them. Operation of this bike lock could not possibly be any easier. On one end of the lock, you've got the socket end, you've got the male component on the other end. All you got to do, slide those together just like that, and it's secure. You do not have to use the key to actually lock the lock to operate it, just to obviously unlock it. So putting it together, locking it up, could not be any simpler. Use the key to unlock it. There you go, just like that. You're good to go. So let's go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and demo this on a couple different bikes so you kind of get the idea of how it works, get it out of this case so you can get a really good look at it, hopefully, and we'll go from there. Okay, well, before we go any further, I did want to go ahead and get it out of the case for you. Obviously, there's the case there. This is a 7mm chain. I just thought I'd go ahead and bring that up. 7mm chain, and let me see what the 7mm chain at 100 centimeters long, or 40 inches long. Pretty simple there. This is what it looks like, obviously, outside of that case. Again, what you have is a chain under a fabric. I mean, I'm not talking about just like regular old fabric. We're talking about some very heavy duty fabric. Chain under fabric construction. The fabric is pinned on. Hopefully you can see that. That's pinned on at both ends so that the fabric does not slide or move down the chain or anything like that. It's also locked into both ends of this housing here. So there we go. So on the packaging, this is called the lock head, and this is called the lock pin for, obviously for official reasons. Like I said, again, very simple. Slides together. Unlocks just as easy. All right. Let's strap this thing around a couple bikes and kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. Okay, so we're out here in the garage, and I have the fat bike here, and I picked the fat bike obviously because it's got the biggest frame, biggest tires of any of the bikes that I own. So I think that'll be a good demo for you so you can see how this fits around a frame and a tire, and if it's going to work for you, because if it's going to fit around this frame and this tire, hopefully it'll fit around the frame and the tire on your bike. We've got our Hooligan lock. Let's go ahead and get it set up. Okay, just like that, you can see how it fits around that tire, that frame, and that wooden post, which is actually the post for my salmon ladder that you can see in a different video if you really want to. And you can see we don't have a ton of room there, but we got plenty. It fits, it reaches just fine. It would secure the tire to the frame with no problem there. So that's it. I mean, that kind of gives you an idea of the length of how that's going to work. Again, when you're locking up a bike, you always want to get at least 2 points. You always want to get that front tire around the frame, something like that. That's about the best you're going to be able to do. Let's go back inside and keep on moving. Okay, so we went ahead and moved back inside because of some construction going on out there. But hopefully in that brief little clip there with the fat bike, you got to see how the Hooligan would fit around a post, actually a pretty substantial post. That post was, a 2x6, so pretty substantial post around the tire, around that front tire, and around that larger fat bike frame. So here we came inside just briefly. I'm not going to hook this bike up to anything, but I do have the Hooligan here, and I am going to go ahead and wrap it around there to kind of show you that, again, you could lock this to a post or something like that if you had to. And what I'm actually attempting to demonstrate here is that this is a carbon frame bike. So there is no fear of the Hooligan because of the way that the ends are rubber coated. That lock head and that pin, the way that that's rubber coated, and the way that it's covered with, the chain is covered with this nylon casing, this fabric nylon casing, that there's no fear of it damaging a carbon frame bike. So just wanted to go ahead and show you that, and you can see how I'm moving that around. No fear of that Hooligan damaging a carbon frame bike. I just wanted to give you proof of concept on that. So let's go ahead and finish up this video. Okay, so we're back, and just a couple closing thoughts here. The Hooligan from Colorado Mounts retails for right around $40, so that gives you your price point. Again, on the package it's rated level 6. You will see on the internet sometimes where it's considered rated level 7. This is the level 6 model. I'm not exactly sure if there's another one out there that's being confused with this one, but this is on the packaging. Per the packaging, this is a level 6 security. And what that means is basically that in an area where you have, low to moderate theft risk, that this will be a good deterrent. Obviously, as we all know, if you're a cyclist for any amount of time, that there's no bike lock on the market that's going to prevent somebody from stealing your bike if they're dead set on stealing your bike. Let's talk about a couple of the pros with this. Actually, the main pro that I like with this is, again, heavy duty, good covering so it's not going to mess up the frame of your bike, flexibility. A lot of people like the big U-bolt style bike locks. I am not a fan of the U-bolt style bike lock simply because it limits your ability to typically, unless you buy one of the giant ones and you're going to sacrifice a ton of weight if you do that, it limits your ability to go around both the front wheel, the frame, and a stationary object. I like the Hooligan because, again, that flexibility, that 40 inches of length there gives you a lot of room to work with. The main con with this is its weight. I mean, we're just shy of 3 pounds, so that if you're going lightweight for a bike packing trip or something like that, and you really need to conserve those ounces and those pounds, you're going to be safe with this, I think. But again, you're giving up a lot of weight there, so something to consider. Either way, that's totally up to you. That's one of those personal preference types of things. Ease of use, again, come on, it doesn't get any simpler than that. It really doesn't. No messing around with it, no fiddling around with it. Very simple. Lock it, unlock it, you're done. That's it. The Hooligan from Colorado Mounts. You decide what you want to do. I just thought I'd give you a brief overview. Hopefully this helps you. If it did in any way, shape, or form, I'd appreciate one of those thumbs up likes there at the bottom. And until next time,